Victor Zammit. I am a retired attorney. I have been investigating the afterlife now for more than 20 years, using scientific method. A number of mediums and psychics told me that this closed-minded skeptic is using his $1 million challenge to bully these psychics and mediums. He's attacking them, most unfairly, most unreasonably, and saying that, well, if they had any psychic skills, they take up his challenge. And he's doing this on YouTube, very, very provocatively. But these psychics tell me, and mediums tell me, that the challenge is set up in such a way that nobody can beat it. Decide for yourself if it is just a bogus challenge, if it is the greatest hoax in paranormal history. Number one, the evidence shows, and Randi agrees with this, that no one has been able to beat the preliminary challenge. This is notwithstanding that there are some gifted mediums and psychics who produced brilliant paranormal evidence when they were scientifically tested at the Windbridge Institute. You understand there is an irreconcilability between the production of paranormal evidence and no one can beat the initial test. Number two, the evidence shows that the challenge is not legally enforceable. By this I mean that if a successful applicant beats the two challenges, the two tests, Randi can tell the successful applicant to get lost. I had the money yesterday, but not today. Because Randi makes the applicant sign a statement that the applicant will not sue Randi or the JREF for whatever reason concerning the challenge. Now, that in some instances under normal contractual situation would be illegal. Number three, the evidence shows that the challenge is not put on oath, nor is it pursuant to perjury laws. Now, I told Randi myself some time ago now that to give the challenge credibility, he's got to put it subject to perjury laws, so that the applicants, in the event the Randi reneges, can go to court, and the court could send Randi up to 5-6 years jail. Number four, the evidence shows that the challenge is subject to the experimenter effect. Now, this experimenter effect simply means that a closed-minded skeptic will always obtain negative results. It's no wonder the psychics and the mediums call it the biggest joke ever. But more. Number five, the evidence shows, in relation to the results, that they have to be self-evident. But self-evident to whom? Because what is self-evident to a professional adjudicator, what is self-evident to the public, what is self-evident to the applicant would not be self-evident to James Randi himself. Because James Randi does not have the capacity to perceive the paranormal with true empirical equanimity. When he came across my some 20 areas of afterlife evidence, objective and repeatable evidence, you know what his response was? What evidence? He could not even identify there was evidence. Now the onus was on him to tell the world where, when, how, and why the evidence presented is not valid. But he didn't. Now, Neuro-linguistic programming, NLP, explains that. NLP says when a closed-minded skeptic receives information which is fundamentally inconsistent with his own negative beliefs, his mind will delete the evidence. But everybody else would be able to see the evidence. Number 6, the challenge says also that the claims have to be verified by evidence. Now I ask you, is Randi an expert on evidence? Or, for that matter, is the applicant expert? Evidence is highly technical phenomenon. And I can tell you this, you would need the professional services of a litigation lawyer who fully understands what technically constitutes admissible psychic evidence. Number 7. The evidence also shows that only Randi has exclusive ownership of any evidence of any tests. Now, that would not be fair or reasonable or equitable. Videoing must be controlled by both parties and be used in good faith. Number 8. There is no evidence in the challenge about the levels of statistical significance required for the results. Because the applicants then would say, the successful results came about because of my psychic skills and did not come about by chance. That is a fundamental right to the applicants to know what constitutes valid results. Number 9. The evidence shows that there's a Professor Dennis Rawlings who spilled the beans on Randi. Professor Rawlings said that Randi told him that Randi will always have a way out of paying anything in relation to the challenge. No wonder the psychics and the mediums treated the challenge as a joke. Number 10. Now, taking into consideration the 9 areas of evidence I just mentioned to you, number 10 is the punchline, because the evidence shows that Randi is a retired magician who has professional knowledge in projecting something which is not there. Simply, this is called an illusion. And so many people in America, and a few outside America, swallowed it hook, line and sinker, believing they can access some money. But it's only a belief, but it's an illusion. It's all in the mind. There's no money, no challenge that would be able to give them anything at all. So, I'm going to leave it entirely up to you whether you think the challenge is just a hoax, the greatest hoax in paranormal history, or whether it is just a bogus challenge which has fooled too many people. Until next time, Victor wishes you well.